So today we're going to be doing an overview on this 2018 Hyundai Tucson of some of the locations of various sensors, fuses, and other components. And then afterwards we're going to go over to the scan tool and do some live data.
So here in the fuse box, we have a 20 amp fuse right here, which is for the fuel pump. There is no relay because it's integrated in the fuel pump module. There is a fuel pump on top of the gas tank, which is under the back seats in the car. The filter of the fuel pump is also integrated into the actual fuel pump itself. So here we have the high pressure fuel pump. It's located under this little cover. From this high pressure fuel pump, it goes through this fitting right here, which then goes into this fitting, which then connects to all the injectors, which are direct injection that are under this manifold. So here on the driver's side of the engine compartment, we have the PCM right here. In this fuse box right here, this is the main PCM fuse with also these 20 amp fuses. This Hyundai also has a 10 amp PCM fuse right here and two 15 amp fuses right here.
So here in the front of the engine bay next to the manifold, we have our throttle body, which has the throttle control integrated into it on the side here. And then down here, we have the manifold absolute pressure sensor, which also has the intake air temperature sensor built into it.
So here in the back of the engine is the exhaust. Right after the cat, there's an O2 sensor right here, and it's right before the flex pipe.
So here on the back side of the top of the engine, we have both crank camshaft sensors, one for intake, one for exhaust. Also on the top of the engine at the front, integrated in the cylinder head, is the engine coolant temperature sensor. And then near the bottom of the engine, we can't really see it from here, there's a crankshaft position sensor underneath this coolant hose.
So now we're inside the vehicle. We have the scan tool right here, and we have the connector right here, which you connect it to the OBD2 port labeled right here, and this is how the connector looks like.
Okay, so now we're here in the vehicle. We have the engine running, and we have some of the live data pulled up. The check engine light, as you can see, is not on. The fuel pump is on. The idle air controller is on and active. The electronic throttle control learning system is on. The knock detection system, or knocks detected, are off. There are no knocks being detected at idle. There are other knock control systems active as well. The condition for the oxygen sensors is on for both upstream and downstream, and the gasoline direct injection high pressure fuel pump and fuel pump control module are both on.
Here we have the map sensor system voltage. We have the map sensor PSI and the throttle opening percentage, and you can see right now when I press the gas pedal, it will change. Here's the water temperature voltage. Here we have the water temperature, as you can see here, the intake air temperature over here, the fuel tank pressure, and here are all the injector timings in milliseconds. Here's the throttle position sensor. As you can see right now, when I press the throttle, it will increase.
So here we have the different voltages for the throttle position sensor, and it's like in class where we talked about one signal will be the lower part of the 5 volts and the other signal will be the upper part. Here's some more percentages for the throttle position sensor corresponding to these voltages and the accelerator position sensor inside of the vehicle. Here is the misfire count for the vehicle, and as you can see, there are no misfires when we are sitting here at idle.